Let us put ourselves in the presence of God. Lord, thank you for the blessings that we have received every day. Grant us wisdom and fairness in our bidding process. Guide our decisions and may the best outcomes bring prosperity to our organization. This we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today is November 26, 2025. Welcome to the Bids and Awards Committee meeting of DPWH Regional Office 10, Bulwa, Cagayan de Oro City. I am Joselito Roa, the BAC Chairman, presiding over this meeting. We will now request the head of the BAC Secretariat, Engineer Alma Abrigana, for the roll call and declaration of quorum.
Good afternoon once again. I am Engineer Alma Abrigana, presenting the member of the Secretariat, Technical Working Group, and Bids and Awards Committee. The following Secretariat who are present are yours truly, Engineer Alma Abrigana, Engineer Jiver Vargas.
Present. Present.
Please, guys, acknowledge your present. Attorney Danica May Lofranco, Attorney Siti Ayesha Julaida Iskander, Miss Marta Liamis. And also the technical working group present are Engineer Maribel G. Montiza, our head technical working group, and also the members, Attorney Melanie Inopia, Attorney Riza Madali Janal, Attorney Saivan Valendes, and also the Bids and Awards Committee present are for the consulting services, Engineer Rene Charles Supremo, for goods and services, Daisy B. Geritan, and our Bids and Awards Committee regular members, Attorney Chiki Tamala, Attorney Maria Teresa Kizo, and also Engineer Armand NTC, and our BAC Vice Chairman, Engineer Virgie Genaivi, and also our BAC Chairman, Engineer Joselito Roa.
Present.
Since majority of the BAC members are present, I hereby declare these proceedings in quorum.
Okay, thank you. Considering that we have a quorum, I will now call this meeting to order. Do we have consultants present? And did we invite observers?
We also acknowledge the presence of our consultant. Please acknowledge your present, ma'am.
R.S. Hardin and Associates. Representative from DB Adswara.
And also our the COA is also invited but not present, sir.
Thank you, Engineer Abrigana. Our agenda for today is the pre-bid conference for contract ID number 24 CSK 019, consulting services for the conduct of feasibility study for A. Maria Cristina Matampay, Pangi, Puuna, Piagapo, Esperanza, Lanao del Norte. B. Bukidnon, Banisilan Road, Bukidnon. C. Don Carlos Kalilangan Alternate Road, Bukidnon. D. Bukidnon, Pakibato District Alternate Road, Bukidnon. And E. Mat E. Lubilan, Naawan to Misamis Oriental West Diversion Road with an approved budget for the contract of 17,500,000 pesos. This proceeding is also live streamed via YouTube under the DPWH Region 10 account. We will now request the resource speaker for the presentation of the terms of reference of the project. Please introduce yourself and you may start immediately.
Good afternoon, moms and sirs. I am Eleanor Osorio from the Planning and Design Division. This afternoon, I'll be presenting the technical details of the following road sections with contract ID number 24CSK0019, consultancy services for the conduct of feasibility study for Maria Cristina Matampay Pangipoona, Piagapo Esperanza, Lanao del Norte, Bukidnon, Banisilan Road, Bukidnon, Don Carlos, Kalilangan, Alternate Road, Bukidnon, Bukidnon, Paquibato District, Alternate Road, Bukidnon, and Mat Ilubilan, Naawan to Misamis Oriental West Diversion Road, with a project appropriation of 17,500,000 pesos and a project duration of 240 calendar days. Shown on screen is the vicinity map for the Maria Cristina Esperanza Lanao del Norte Road. And shown on screen is the Bukidnon Banisilan Road, the vicinity map of Don Carlos Kalilangan Road, and for the Bukidnon Paquibato Road, and lastly, the Mat Ilubilan and Miss Or Diversion Road. Here are the terms of reference. For Cluster 1, the preliminary and detailed engineering study. For the traffic survey and studies.
Please read. No?
Okay. Once again, these are the traffic survey and studies to conduct comprehensive traffic surveys to obtain accurate and representative data on existing traffic conditions, travel behavior, and network performance within the study area. These surveys shall provide the analytical foundation for evaluating road capacity, operational efficiency, and safety, as well as for forecasting future traffic demand and developing appropriate traffic management strategies such as the conduct of 24-hour manual classified volume count, the conduct of 24-hour pedestrian count survey, and the conduct of travel time survey during peak and non-peak hours, and to determine the average travel time. And to prepare the traffic management plans during construction based on the recommended implementation alternatives and illustrate the resulting volume accumulation and other technical indicators such as vehicle meters, vehicle hours, and congestion level. Use any available traffic forecasting or network analysis models such as the JICA Strada, Vismin, Transport Cube or its equivalent in the traffic demand forecasting and network analysis. And to conduct socio-economic surveys and establish traffic projection based on traffic generating sources related to the national, regional, and sectoral plans, including plans for other transport modes and other factors to include the population growth and changes in rural and urban population distribution, the national and regional economic growth and per capita income growth, development of agricultural and forestry resources, the development of the tourism industry, considering likely future growth and prospects, as well as public and private plans for tourism infrastructure development of various locations within the project area and their impact on traffic and induced benefits, to develop development of manufacturing and processing industries and mineral resources, the development potential in areas with available and untapped resources, and existing and proposed planned infrastructure to include, among others, the airport development and land use development. For the engineering studies, to conduct reconnaissance surveys and identify alternative alignments of the project roads under this study, including new alignments, minor deviations from the present alignment, and bypasses around urban areas as may be found necessary based on the findings of the initial field investigation, and studies of topographic maps, and aerial or satellite photography or ortho mapping, and determining technical merits of various alternatives in considerations with environmental or social aspects, as well as economic and traffic merits, based on the recommended alignment to conduct the necessary field investigations, including topographic, pavement, hydrological, geological, and geotechnical investigations in order to gather data for the preparation, among other things, of cost estimates. All geological and geotechnical investigation results and reports shall be subject for review and evaluation for conformity with the DPWH design guidelines, criteria, and standards. Based on geotechnical and soil surveys conducted, the road structure and/or pavement design shall be determined by the consultant. This shall also be applied to bridge structures. For the cost estimates, to prepare the cost estimate using the unit price analysis method for various improvement alternatives, the estimate shall include the initial cost of construction, detailed engineering, supervision, monitoring costs, price escalation and contingencies, and right-of-way acquisition. And to classify, if necessary, the cost items into local and foreign currency components and the corresponding taxes, and to calculate the quantities of each work item of the different types of work to be carried out. For Cluster 2, the technical study, which is only applicable to Maria Cristina Matampay Pangipuona, Piagapo Esperanza Lanao del Norte, Bukidnon Banisilan Road, and Mat-I Lubilan Naawan to Misamis Oriental West Diversion Road. The detailed scope of work is the engineering, data processing, and analysis, for compilation and validation of field survey data to ensure accuracy and consistency for design purposes, processing of engineering survey outputs, including preparation of contour maps, cross-sections, and longitudinal profiles of the project roads, analysis of geotechnical and hydrological data to establish design parameters for road foundations, drainage structures, slope stability, and flood control measures, integration of traffic and road inventory data to support geometric design, pavement design, and capacity analysis, to prepare the preliminary design criteria and parameters based on process data in accordance with DPWH standards and relevant guidelines, to prepare the detailed engineering design plans covering roadway alignment and pavement design, drainage and flood control systems, bridges and ancillary structures, slope protection, earthworks, and other required components. The scope further includes the preparation of detailed cost estimates, bill of quantities, technical specifications, construction methodology, and work zone traffic management plan, as well as the submission of complete DED drawings, reports, and digital files for review and approval, and documentation and presentation of process data outputs in formats suitable for use in subsequent engineering studies, feasibility evaluation, and design development. As for the social technical assessment, to conduct an inventory and mapping of affected lands, structures, improvements, and other assets that may be subject to acquisition along the preferred and alternative alignments of the road projects, to carry out a census and socioeconomic survey of project-affected persons, to identify potential displacements, to determine eligibility and establish an initial entitlement profile, to identify vulnerable groups, including informal settlers, indigenous peoples, elderly, female-headed households, and other marginalized sectors who may require additional support or special assistance, to assess land ownership status, land tenure arrangements, and any legal or customary rights that may affect land acquisition processes, including issues of ancestral domain or communal land, to assess land ownership status, land tenure arrangements, and any legal or customary rights that may affect land acquisition processes, including, and next is to engage with relevant stakeholders and landowners through consultations and information dissemination activities to ensure understanding and acceptance of the road process, and to prepare a preliminary right-of-way acquisition and resettlement action plan, including affected area and population summaries, compensation principles and entitlement matrix, the indicative cost estimates, the grievances redress mechanism, and the implementation responsibilities. All assessments and strategies shall assign with the provision of Republic Act number 10752 or the Right-of-Way Act and its implementing rules and regulations and other applicable laws and DPWH issuances. And as for the deliverables, the inception report shall outline a detailed work program and briefly describe the methodology and project schedule proposed to meet the terms of reference to be submitted within 60 days after commencement of the services. The progress report shall include status reports, physical and financial, as well as developments, issues, and findings as of report period. It shall also include the accomplished Annex C or the project feasibility study monitoring form in compliance with Department Order number 47 series of 2022 to be submitted every end of the month. The draft final report shall summarize the preparatory study, fully describing the methods used, findings, and the investment priorities. The report shall include all relevant information which supports the conclusion in sufficient detail to enable the calculations to be verified and allow recalculation with modified of the key assumption without the need for supplementary data to be submitted within 180 days from commencement. 180 days from the commencement of the services. As for the final report, it should be in hardcover book with dry seal and complete signatories. It shall be printed in high-quality paper with hardcover. The cover page shall have a dry seal affixing the signature of the project manager or any authorized representative to be submitted within 15 days of receipt from Government of Comments on the draft final report incorporating all appropriate revisions and clarification. And the executive summary shall contain a brief statement of the project covered in the final report with background information, result of the analysis, and conclusion and recommendation to be submitted together with the final report. Shown on screen are the manpower requirements to conduct this study.
Balik.
Yes.
Okay, Ikuan,
Yes. For the key staff, so 1 project manager, 1 highway engineer, 1 bridge or structural engineer, 1 geotechnical engineer, 1 hydrologist or hydraulic engineer, 1 row or property appraisal specialist, and 1 GIS specialist. As for the technical support staff, 1 civil engineer, 1 CAD operator, and for the administrative support staff, 1 administrative officer, and 1 secretary. For the minimum requirements of the key staff, the project manager must be a licensed civil engineer with at least 10 years of relevant experience in conducting feasibility studies, a master's or doctorate degree in civil engineering, transportation planning, or any related field is an advantage. For the highway engineer, must be a licensed civil engineer with at least 7 years of relevant experience in the planning and design of road infrastructure projects, must have demonstrated expertise in horizontal and vertical geometric design, pavement design, and slope protection and drainage design, and has an experience in preparing detailed engineering design plans, specification, and cost estimates for national or regional road projects. For the bridge or structural engineer, must be a licensed civil engineer with at least 5 years of professional experience in structural design and analysis, particularly for bridges, box culverts, and related structures. Experience in conducting structural assessment, preparing retrofitting designs, and developing structural components for road infrastructure projects is an advantage. For the geotechnical engineer, must be a licensed civil engineer with specialization or at least 5 years of relevant experience in soil investigation, foundation analysis, and soil and slope stability assessment for road and bridge infrastructure projects. Must have demonstrated expertise in planning and supervising geotechnical fieldworks, interpreting laboratory test results, and recommending foundation and ground improvement solutions. For the hydrologist and hydraulic engineer, must be a licensed civil engineer with specialization or at least 5 years of relevant experience in hydraulic and hydrologic and hydraulic analysis, and experience in the design of drainage systems, culverts, flood control structures, and other related water infrastructure. As for the row appraisal specialist, must be a licensed real estate service practitioner accredited by the PRC with at least 5 years of professional experience in property valuation, land acquisition, and right-of-way negotiation for infrastructure projects. Knowledgeable of Republic Act number 10752 or any related laws and standard property appraisal methodologies, and is experienced in handling row concerns for DPWH or other government projects. And as for the GIS specialist, with at least 5 years of professional experience in geographic information systems, spatial analysis, and cartographic mapping for infrastructure planning and design, is proficient in GIS software such as ArcGIS or QGIS for processing, analyzing, and presenting spatial data on road alignments, row, land use, and environmental constraints. Holds a degree in geodetic engineering, geography, environmental science, or any related field. Licensure as a geodetic engineer is an advantage. As for the compliance of interim guidelines on procurement activities, the required geotagging of project sites, straight line diagram, and parcel area plan are not yet available. In accordance with DPWH guidelines, as the subject road projects are newly initiated and these documents are prepared after the completion of the pre-investment study and the availability of funding for civil works. Shown on screen is the market scoping conducted. And that's it for our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any clarification from the prospective bidders? Yes, Hardin, none. From DB Adswara? Okay, none. So next will be the presentation of the required documents or checklist to be given by Engineer Vargas.
Good afternoon again, everyone. My name is Engineer Jever Vargas. I'm from Procurement Unit, and I will be presenting the checklist for the following eligibility check, technical proposal, and financial proposal. For eligibility check, A is the presence of required eligibility documents. Number 1 is the Class A documents. Legal documents, number 1, field job certificate of registration and membership. Number 2, DTI, SEC or CDA registration or any proof of such registration as stated in the bidding documents. Number 3, mayor's business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, stating the validity of such document. Number 4, tax clearance per Executive Order 398, Series of 2008, as finally reviewed and approved by the BIR. Second is the technical documents. Number 1, statement of all ongoing and completed government and private contracts including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid, within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents and all information required therein. 2. Statements specifying consultant's nationality and confirming that those who will actually perform the services are registered professionals authorized by the appropriate regulatory body to practice those professions and allied professions, including their respective curriculum vitae. Third is the financial document. Audited financial statement showing, among others, the consultant's total and current assets and liabilities, stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of submission. Under Class B documents, number 1, valid joint venture agreement or GVA in case a joint venture is already in existence. In the absence of a GVA, duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture in partners that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the GVA in the instance the bid is successful, shall be included in the bid. Note that any missing documents in the above-mentioned checklist is ground for ineligibility. Letter B, compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. Complies with requirements for Filipino citizen, proprietorship, partnership, corporation, cooperative, joint venture, and complies with regulation for regulated professions. Presenting the checklist of technical requirements. For the technical envelope, approved budget for the contract, required bid security, and under of that is the form of bid security. You can choose for this formats. They have 4 forms. Letter A, cash or cashier's manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank. Letter B, bank draft guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank, provided that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a universal or commercial bank if issued by a foreign bank. Letter C, surety bond, callable upon demand, issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security. And lastly is the bid securing declaration. Validity period is 120 calendar days from the bid opening. For the bid security submitted, number 1, bid security in the prescribed form, amount, and validity period. Number 2, organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Number 3, list of completed and ongoing projects. Number 4, approach, work plan, and schedule. Number 5, list of personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. Number 6, a sworn statement by the prospective bidder or its duly authorized representative in the form prescribed by the GPPB as to the following. A, it is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the GOP or any of the agencies, offices, corporations, or LGUs, including foreign government, foreign or international financing institution whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the GPPB. Letter B, each of the documents submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirements is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all statements and information provided are true and correct. Duly authorized representatives to verify all the documents submitted. Letter D, the signatory is the duly authorized representative of the prospective bidder and granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary and or to represent the prospective bidder in the bidding with the duly notarized secretary certificate attesting to such fact if the prospective bidder is a corporation, partnership, cooperative, or joint venture. And letter E, it complies with the disclosure provision under Section 47 of the Act in relation to the other provisions of RA 3019. Letter F, it complies with the responsibilities of the prospective or eligible bidder provided in the Philippine bidding documents. Letter G, it complies with existing labor laws and standards. Letter H, it complies with the prohibition against payment of commissions or fees. Note that any missing document in the above-mentioned checklist is a ground for rejection of the bid. For the checklist of financial requirements, for the financial envelope, number 1, financial proposal submission from form. Number 2, summary of costs. Number 3, breakdown of price for the project. Number 4, breakdown of remuneration for the project. And number 5, reimbursables per activities. Note that any missing documents in the above-mentioned checklist is a ground for rejection of the bid. That's all, sir.
Any questions from our shortlisted bidders? R.S. Hardin and D.B. Adswara? None. Thank you, Engineer Vargas. The next phase will be the receipt and technical and financial proposals, which will be from November 19, 2025, 8 a.m. to December 9, 2025 at 2 p.m. And then the opening of the technical proposals will be on December 9, 2025, 2 p.m. at the following venue: 5th floor bidding room, DPWH Regional Office 10, multi-story building, Bulwa, Cagayan de Oro City. So if there are no more questions, any motion to end this pre-bid conference? Okay. As moved and seconded, this